Hello and welcome to my channel Creative Edmo. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe. So today we are going to discuss the poem Annabel Lee. It's a beautiful poem on love by Edgar Allan Poe. It talks about the young, passionate, innocent love, a love so deep, so profound that it transcends the barriers of death. This poem is a ballad. A ballad is a story narrated in the form of a poem. So it tells a story. It begins like how normally stories are told. It was many and many a year ago in a kingdom by the sea. Long time back there was a kingdom by the sea. No names have been given. Throughout the poem it has been called the kingdom by the sea. That a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. Maiden is a young girl, young unmarried girl. So many years ago in the kingdom by the sea lived a young girl whose name was Annabel Lee. Throughout the poem, the phrases kingdom by the sea and Annabel Lee have been repeated. This particular repetition of same group of words is known as refrain. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. And this young girl, Annabel Lee, had only one purpose, to love me and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. The poet was a child and so was Annabel Lee. So it was perhaps their first love, the young, innocent, passionate love. Even though they were children, yet their love was so deep, so profound that they loved with a love that was more than love. So the poet wants to paint the picture of star-crossed lovers, but their love is not immature. It is deep, it is powerful, it is all-consuming. Such is their love that no words would be sufficient to describe it. So deep was their love that even the winged seraphs of heaven envied them. Winged means having wings or flight. Seraphs means angels from above. And coveted means wanted very deeply. So even the winged seraphs of heaven were envious of them. Those angels wanted such love, so deep and pure as was shared by the poet and Annabel Lee. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsmen came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. So the poet blames the envy of seraphs for blowing a wind out of a cloud that resulted in chilling his beloved Annabel Lee. Seraphs coveted their love. They were jealous. So they made a wind blow out of a cloud, and that made Annabel Lee sick and she died. Chilling here refers to the sickness, also the death. Chill and cold are associated with death. High-born kinsmen. High-born means belonging to upper class, and kinsmen are the relatives or members of the same family. So Annabel's family, who were higher in rank as compared to the poet, they came and they bore her away from the poet. They took her away from the poet to shut her up in a sepulchre, that is, to keep her in a sepulchre. What is a sepulchre? It's a place built of stone where dead bodies are kept, as shown in the picture over here. So we get to know that their love was above all. Even though Annabel Lee belonged to higher class, which was quite a big deal in those times, still they were together. But the cruel and untimely death of Annabel Lee made her relatives come and take her away from the poet. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. Now this stanza shows the pain, the anguish of the poet. the anguish that one suffers when one loses one's soulmate. So he blames the angels again. The happiness that their love brought them was so much that it made the angels envious. Because those angels, even though they were in heaven where there's everything, even then those angels were not half as happy as the poet and Annabel Lee were. So yes, that was the reason, and everyone in that kingdom also knew. That was the reason that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing his Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. Now after the anguished outburst, the poet describes their love stronger than the love of couples who were much older than them and much wiser than them. So even though the poet and his Annabel Lee were so young, but their love was deeper and stronger than the older and the wiser couples. That's why neither the angels in heaven or the demons down under the sea. So there's the reference to the three worlds that we normally find in literature. The heavenly heavens above, then the mortal humans of earth, and the beastly demons down under the sea, that is the underworld. So neither the angels of heaven nor the demons of the underworld could divide his soul from the soul of Annabel Lee. Dissever means to divide or cut. So the poet says that their souls are united and even death cannot separate them. Their love transcends the barriers of death. No celestial forces, be it the angelic forces or the demonic ones, nothing could separate their souls, not even death. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. So the poet remembers her in everything. Beams means shines. So moon doesn't beam or shine without bringing her dreams. And the stars never shine without reminding him of Annabel Lee's bright eyes. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. Her sepulchre is near the sea, by the sea, and Annabel is inside it, in her tomb by the sea, and the poet can't stop thinking about her. Everything reminds him of her. So that's why every night the poet lies down by the side of his darling, his life, his bride. Even though they were not married, but he considers her as his bride because they were soulmates. She is his bride for eternity. So at the night tide, tide refers to the tides of the seas here. That's why it has been referred to as the sounding sea, because tides crash at the beach all night, making sounds. So the poet also lies down at the beach and he feels that he is lying down by his beloved's side. So even though death has taken her away, still he goes to her tomb by the sea and spends his night at the beach because it makes him feel like he is lying down by her side. Indeed, quite a tragic story of love and loss. The poet's wife died. Perhaps that loss of love was the inspiration behind this poem. Reading this poem makes us sad, but at the same time it makes us feel what a beautiful, marvelous thing it would be to find such love in real life, isn't it? Do let me know what you feel about it in your comments. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Creative Edmo. Thank you.